shall be back soon. Speaking to the publicity secretary, and comms person for the Cso Mambu's party on recent comments that their chairman made publicly.
More and more people are using Rokel SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, Rokel SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rokel SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rokel SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Well, and you're still watching Wake Up Sierra Leone live on the Africa Young Voices, and I am Victor Jones here with you this morning. Do not forget to join the conversation online. Go to our Facebook page, it's AYV News. We're also streaming live on TikTok this morning, as well as on YouTube. You have a multiplicity of choices this morning. Now, next to politics, this morning we are going to discuss a statement from the Cso Mambu's party's SNP chairman, Sir Jimmy Batilo Songa, to constituency chairman and party members that they should wait political direction and a final choice of directive from President Julius Maada Bio regarding the party's next flag bearer for 2028. This statement was made in Bo City, and it has sparked debate among party stakeholders and supporters alike. So this morning we ask, what does the chairman mean by those words? And to scrutinize the issue in its entirety, we've been joined by the mouthpiece of the Cso Mambu's party, Cso Mambu. He acts in his capacity as the National Publicity Secretary of the party. Good morning, Moses. It's a pleasure having you. I'm sure you've been, bombarded with messages, called to several stations because of this statement. How should people interpret this generally from someone who speaks for the party?
Well, generally, we want people to interpret this as the chairman explaining in the simplest term possible Article 6(1)(c), subsection 1(a) of the SLPP Constitution.
Okay.
So all what the chairman was saying was to make delegates understand that there's an article in the Constitution that speaks to certain things, or specifically that article in the Constitution elaborated on two issues. One, that there is a difference between the administrative leadership of the party and the political leadership of the party.
Okay.
But specifically, the chairman was focusing on the political leadership of the party. And the political leadership of the party under the section of the Constitution that I've just quoted gave the president, who is the leader of the party, or gave the leader of the party the powers to provide political oversight and political direction, general political direction of the party. So what the chairman was doing was to clearly interpret that section of the Constitution to the understanding of the layman. And in doing so, a lot of party supporters, some stakeholders took it out of context. But the chairman was merely, that's That is why when you listen to the video, the chairman started his expose to the delegates by quoting Article 61C, subsection 1A of the Constitution that says when a leader is elected, he or she will be the political head of the party and will give general political direction of how the party goes. So the chairman was interpreting that article to the understanding of the layman. So that's why, like the chairman said, una wait. When the leader ready, they go send a name. A name, for example, because the leader provides the general organizational advice with regards political direction of the party. The leader, for example, when the time is ripe upon consultation, will say, okay, the next convention for the election of the flag bearer is going to be in Port Loko. That's the name of a place the president have sent.
You think that's the name the chairman was referring to?
No, I'm just making, the chairman did not refer to any name. The chairman said a name.
When he said, I quote, Marabio get for come with that commandments, Nabo.
Yes.
He said, thou shalt be.
Will follow.
What in that mean?
So
what does that mean? How do you interpret this? Because I watched a video for one of your members, actually. The guy was basically threatening that if at all, a candidate is imposed on members of the party, then they would ensure that the party loses the next election. Okay,
so let us understand that. People need to understand that the SLPP is different from many political parties in sub-Saharan Africa. And so our nomenclature of practicing a clear democratic pathway is unmatched.
Okay.
So that's clear. And the leader we have today, his democratic credentials in administering whether the country or the party SLPP is also unmatched. We've seen on several occasions, you yourself will attest to that. I was here after if it was you that interviewed me, after the Betumani conference regarding the statement President Bio made when there were rumors going around that President Bio, everybody is saying, oh, President Bio, now they support me. This list is out, President Bio. But when President Bio took the podium on that day in Bitubani, everybody went back to their shells. Because President Bio himself was cracking jokes. He said, people don't use my name Bokuo, but I don't send nobody. I can speak for myself. I'm not the same person where I want to talk. When I'm ready to speak, when the podium and the platform is created, I can speak for myself. And today I'm speaking for myself. I am not supporting no one in this convention. Let the best man or woman wins. Delegates, vote your consciences. That statement alone sent a shockwave around the world. Not only Sierra Leone, sent a shockwave around the world that the Constitution under Article 6 gave you powers. And those powers, you use them democratically to make sure you create the space, create a platform for a free and fair and credible internal democratic processes and policies. So when it comes to the bigger picture and issues where people have been chosen beyond the aspirations of the party supporters or majority of the party supporters have affected us. And it has affected even President Bio. You remember in 2005 in Makeni, a lot of party people believed it was their estimation that the late president imposed a candidate on them instead of the popular choice of the people who by then they perceived to be Charles Magai. At the end of the convention in Makeni, you saw there was a lot of breakaways. People left. And in that convention, President Bio came third. It was Solubi first, Charles Magai second, and President Bio came third in terms of the delegate voting pattern. And at the end of that, you saw PMDC came out of SLPP from that convention. PMDC came out, a lot of stakeholders went, they left the leader, the president by then, and the former vice president, they left them alone. They left them in the waters by themselves to campaign by themselves. And at the end, the election went to one-off. PMDC, a faction of SLPP, because I will not call it that, a faction of SLPP went to the APC, as always. You understand, APC, they are always lucky. Anytime they are about, every scenario that brought them to power has been SLPP joining them one way or the other. As long as SLPP stay focused, stay together, stay organized, there is no way we will not win democratic elections in this country. So why I'm saying this, I'm giving you this background for you to understand that the insinuation or the way people are taking the chairman's statement out of context, they should not.
So they're
because
wrong.
when you look at I'm not saying they are wrong. They should not. I'm saying they should not take the chairman's statement out of context. The chairman was just interpreting a section.
So after all, President Bio will not be giving a name, actually.
A name of a person, no. But President Bio, for example, as the leader, after consultation, will be given a name. A name, for example, President Bio will say, okay, the next convention for flag bearer is going to happen at Bintumani. Is that not a name?
A lot of them believe, actually, that whoever the president supports eventually gets to become the flag bearer. That's a popular belief within the party.
Well, it means people don't know President Bio.
Do you think he will eventually support one person?
That's what I'm saying. I'd say if that would mean people don't know President Bio. The people who are perceiving, who are having those perceptions,
members of your party actually, who are vying to become flag bearers.
Whoever that's within the SLPP that's going with those nations, it means they don't know President Bio. If you know President Bio is democratic credentials, even from both school, when President Bio is both school, President Bio is someone that's very thorough. President Bio is someone who don't like somebody taking advantage of a group of people. He's always just. Even in the army, in the military, when President Bio, when he organized the Palace School in 1996, he took everybody to Bintumani, and he said, we gave the people gave us mandate for 4 years, and we promised we'll go to organize election. After 4 years, they refused. He organized a coup. He took over and took the people to Bintumani. In Bintumani, the people told him clearly that we want elections before peace. President Bio yielded. He came back to SLBC and announced a date for the elections. So anybody who have followed painstakingly the democratic activities of President Bio will not take the chairman's statement out of context, because President Bio is not only democratic, but is somebody who loves SLPP. SLPP lives in him. SLPP blood runs in his vein, and he understands what can take SLPP out of power and what can keep SLPP in power. He understands all of that.
I'm looking at a picture of a man who is a husband, a dad, and a head of state. I think he's being boxed to a very tight corner. Do you think, for the first time in this country, even his wife has actually, nurtured a penchant to become a president, succeeding the husband? Do you think he will be eventually perhaps choosing his wife over all of these guys?
That is where
he's a husband first. That's a family man, by the way.
That is why we always say. That's why we always say, President Bio is a unique character.
Okay,
it's a very unique and a very meticulous man who takes his time to do whatever he's doing. You see, President Bio is one of those leaders, when you meet him, you will not know when he's angry. You will not know when he's happy. President Bio is always just mild. His demeanor is always himself. You will see him, you will talk to him. You yourself will not even know that he's angry or happy with you. But he will give you a safe space to communicate. He will give you a safe space to talk. Maybe later you just see his action, and then you start it. Oh, was he happy or was he not happy? So, and President Bio is somebody who likes to operate under pressure. He's able to calm a situation down, and that's one of the attributes of joining the military. If you notice, most successful leaders globally, their kids, even themselves, went through the army. They went through the army training, whether through the Air Force, you understand, or one way or the other, joined the army, at least signed up for the military service for at least 4 years. You know why? Even the queen or the king now, you understand, the princes or the princesses, they went through the army. One way or the other. You know why? It gives you a unique character. It gives you certain training that you will not get in the ordinary civilian setting. Discipline, dominion, communication skills, how to deal with human beings. It gives you a different perspective on how to look as a human being. So those are the attributes that acclimate President Bio's democratic credentials, that where we are. So we feel the pressure. But President Bio don't feel the pressure, because he's always very calm, and he has institutional memory. But again, let me be hasty and fasting to say this to our supporters, our members, our well-wishers, and our followers, that this SLPP, under the leadership of Sergeant Batilo Songa, our loyalty to President Bio is unmatched. It's unchanged, and it's unshakable. We have and we will continue to totally surrender our unflinching loyalty to President Bio, who is the leader of the party.
Even if he dictates a name eventually?
President Bio will not dictate a name. President Bio is not that kind of person. If he was, I would say it, but he's not. But we will continue to surrender, totally surrender the party's loyalty to President Bio. You know why? Because what happened to President Kaba when he was deserted, together with Solobi, by party stakeholders, will not want to do that. Because in as much as he has the love for the party, you understand, in as much as he's SLPP true and true, but he's a human being too. If he feels isolated, he feels excluded, he will say, okay, go ahead.
Because the same thing happened to the APC the last time.
Good.
You know?
He will say, okay, go ahead. Take your party. You want your party, right? Take your party. But he has the power. He has the power. There's nobody in SLPP who has more connection to raise money for elections compared to President Bio. So it's only befitting, it will be in the benefit of SLPP to surrender our loyalty to President Bio. You understand? Not through dictatorship, but through a democratic loyalty to him as a leader, so that President Bio will guide the process that will lead us to elect our next flag bearer.
Okay.
President Bio will champion fundraising activities on behalf of the party. President Bio will be the one introducing that leader when he's elected. He will be with him tooth and nail to make sure we campaign. But that will only happen if we continue to show the leader, who is President Bio, our unflinching support, our unflinching loyalty. And again, President Bio himself, people are taking Chairman Batilo Songa statements out of context. President Bio himself has made statements that people should have taken out of context. For example, when we went to Bont and Pujo, President Bio said, "But man, they run past me. I don't even give the battle. It man, they don't begin wrong. Why man they run? Now me get forgive the battle. Not to so that implicitly it means say, not to so if somebody want to, if someone want to take it now out of context, someone will say, what's in this part mean? It means saying I get for point somebody, we get for lead we, because he said it clearly that hey man they run past me. I still doing at this power. Let man they know they run 2 months. And then you follow our 75th celebration in Bintumani. When you listen that statement from President Bio, President Bio laid out criteria that the individual who is to be our flag bearer, the criteria they are supposed to meet. He laid it out clearly. You listen that.
Is that in conformity with your party's, how do you call it, constitution?
Constitution. Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He has those powers under Article 6. Article 6 gave him those powers. But what I'm saying, people did not take the leader's statement out of context. Why are they taking the chairman's statement out of context now? Because the chairman, the leader, had been to money at our 75th celebration, our Diamond Jubilee celebration. President Bio laid out criteria, the kind of leader we're looking for. In that meeting, if you had intention to be a flag bearer, when you listen, if you don't fall within those categories, you would say to yourself, no, this man,
The president was actually eventually misquoted by the first lady and even the chief minister, who actually went and posted what they thought the president had said. Really.
But we as a party, national secretariat, we knew exactly what the president said, and that's what matters. People will say whatever they want to say or take whatever they want to take from the statement of the president. But directly the president was trying to lay out clearly, barely, for us to start thinking the kind of leader we want. He said it clear. He said, 1, we want a leader who can cut across tribal and regional lines. So that's what SLPP wants. 2, he said we want a leader who can unite the party. Anybody that we're going to get to be our flag bearer must have the ability to unite the SLPP. So those were conditions.
Truthfully, do you have such candidates?
SLPP have many candidates
that fit those characteristics.
That can fit those characteristics by the president. But people did not take the president out of context, because someone would say, when you see the president they lay out here, maybe you get somebody in a mind. Now make it don't lay out then criteria there. But no, the president was acting under under Article 6 of the SLPP 2020 Constitution as amended. He was acting under that Constitution. What Jimmy Batilo Songa was doing was similar, but Jimmy Batilo Songa went further to break it down to the layman understanding. You know, people used to accuse SLPP that SLPP is an elitist party. Not so. We know they go down to the grassroots. So Jimmy Batilo Songa took his time to break down piece by piece what does Article 6 of the Constitution, what does it say? And then try to encourage delegates to say, hold on, hold your peace. People will come to you. You understand? Intending flag bearers will come. People will come with their intention. But wait. We have not had political direction on how we're supposed to move. Let us wait for a clear political direction from the leader, who the Constitution gave the mandate to give us political direction.
A few days ago, you were, quoted to have said that elections will be conducted in 2020. 2028 or 2030. Well, what's your source? Why 2030?
I'm a political communications specialist. So sometimes we trigger the waters, you understand, for political debates to continue. So that like how the Cso Mambu say, until you want it hot, we'll continue to make it hot.
But do you believe in that really? That elections will be conducted in 2030?
Do I what?
You believe in that elections will be conducted in 2030?
For me as an individual, I believe in constitutional processes. So whatever the constitution says and whatever is to come regarding constitutional amendment is what, for me as an individual, and even us in the SLPP, that's what we will stand by. But we do know and believe the next election is going to be in 2028. Whatever comes, you know, we are in the area of constitutional review, right? The constitution is being reviewed, and I know even the ECSL Act is going to be reviewed. So we are in an area of review, and we will stand by whatever review together with the people of this country who all will agree. Because mind you, the constitution we have is from 1991. 1991 to now is more than almost 30 years of a constitution we've been living by. And mind you, the constitution of 1991 came as a result of a dictatorship rule of our country. We were not under democratic rule when that constitution was written. So there are a lot of lacunas, there are a lot of problems. So we need an intergenerational change. We need a progressive constitution that speaks to, look at, for example, when now we have the 50+1 passed into law, but we are among only the few countries in Africa that were practicing 55% for you to be a president. The world is talking about 50+1. You understand? The world is talking about PR system. Most countries in Europe have a form of PR system. Now, thank God we have the PR system passed. But the PR system discussion is not over. In the ECSL Act now, we need to discuss, for example, threshold. Not so. We need to discuss the type. Because people are proposing, for example, say, okay, let us have, for example, the big towns. Let us have PR system in the big towns. Okay? In the smaller towns, like the districts, you understand, apart from the region, like the district headquarter towns or the district, let's have first past the post. So these are all discussion, whether the mixed bag PR system, you understand, whether all inclusive PR system. These are discussions that are yet to come to the floor, and they will be coming to the floor ahead of the next elections in 2028. But as citizens, we must understand this is the area of constitutional review, and there are a lot of areas in our constitution that hinge around the years, for example, the 5 years. Because for me, I was having a debate with a news outlet in Senegal. Senegal have been discussing increasing the years the president stays in office, and it was someone from Nigeria who brought this up and said, okay, Sierra Leone, you are 5 years, because Liberia is 6 years. So Sierra Leone, you are 5 years. He said, let's have it this way. Imagine somebody, a political party came in newly, and you understand, and you have 5 years. So which means you need 2 years to settle down. You understand, put your programs, your policies, everything in place, get back the donor confidence, bring back all. You need 2 years to set that down. Then you need another 2 years to start implementing for people to see. By the end of that, before you start implementing, it's elections already. Because if you spend the first 2 years putting your programs, your plan, transforming your manifesto into a workable document, that the country agenda that we're supposed to follow, before you're done within those 2 years, you have 3 years.
So you want the president's tenure to be extended?
Well, these are national discussions, these are national discussions. I was having that internationally, and they saw it that, oh yes, when the lady made that platform, and I said, yeah, that's the case for us in Sierra Leone, for example, because here is the winner take all, and we don't have a transition methodology in Sierra Leone like in the US. No, US every November 5th, every 4 years they have election. Not so, but the president, the new government don't take effect until the 20th of January the next year, the other year. So meaning there's a transition in the Constitution of the United States. They have a transition period that they work with the incoming government. All department agencies, they work with the incoming government. But here, that's not it. The day they declare you a winner, you take the oath of office, bam, everybody's gone. So for you to set up a functioning government, you need at least 2 years for the government to really sit, start functioning properly, get everything done, and start. By the time now you say, okay, let us start now going after this bridge. Let us start implementing this policy. Let us start writing this bill. But the time is over.
And just for the record, just for my viewers, you were saying, Mambu, this morning that what you had said that elections could be conducted in 2030 was just a joke.
Of course, that's one joke. But
you are joking.
That's one. Yes, but then,
are you joking or not?
No, that's what I'm saying. I say I'm a political community.
Was this a joke?
It was a joke. That's what I'm saying. I said,
okay,
I'm a true political communicator.
Okay.
So sometimes you throw jabs as a communicator. You understand? To whet the appetites of other political commentators and trigger debate. And trigger debates. But honestly now, which is the truth, we need to actually, as a country, start discussing the tenure of presidencies in this country. With regard, either we discuss
you think it's the right time to discuss that thing?
That's what I'm saying. Either we discuss tenure of presidency or we discuss transition.
If you had your way, would you want His Excellency Mambu's tenure to be extended?
No, I'm not talking of Mambu as an individual.
Or when you come back to power, if at all you come back.
That's what I'm saying. I want the tenure of presidents.
Okay.
I want the
after this particular government.
I will not after or now. This government is not going to be after. President Bio is going, but this government is going to stay. The SLPP is going to stay in power. That's fact.
So you say you're going to win the next election?
Of course, that's clear. It's all over the place. That's very clear that SLPP is going to win. There is no debate about
that. What parameters did you use to
the parameters are clear. And one clear parameters, I don't know if you follow the confirmation hearing of the new ambassador that's been assigned to Sierra Leone. Did you follow it? You follow it?
Yeah.
You follow the ambassador.
Yes, of course.
The ambassador that's coming. You know, he did something that I was not really happy about him.
Why?
You know, he break a news that wanted to keep
the Lunga Bridge.
Yes. You know,
do you think people are going to vote the SLPP again because of the Lunga Bridge?
No, that's one factor. The Lunga Bridge
is a campaign strategy, Mambu.
No. We did not promise the Lunga Bridge. SLPP never made a promise in its manifesto that we'll bring in the Lunga Bridge. Nothing like that was in our manifesto. But President,
actually, I mean, it's just some sort of luck or blessing, you know.
No, not luck.
Because you're actually, it disappointed the people.
No, not luck and blessing. I used to say in your program the other time on Sunday, we had the argument, me and you, when I said the destiny of this country rests on the shoulders of SLPP, right? Yeah. And these are the things that sometimes lead me to make that statement.
Okay.
SLPP have always taken up bold actions that will change the destiny of this country. The actions we took after independence in organizing elections in this country was bold. The action we took in ending the war, the actions we took in ending the war was big and bold, including giving up some powers that the Constitution assigned to us. We gave it to RUF, to Fode Sanko, just for us to give concession so that Sierra Leone will be peaceful. The action we took in 2007, I know you were here, it was big and bold. For the first time after the war, Sierra Leone SLPP conducted a democratic elections, the opposition won, and there was a peaceful transfer of power from the ruling government to the opposition. So the SLPP government is known for taking big and bold action. So the Lunga Bridge has been a dream of President Bio and the SLPP government. It is big, it is bold, it will change the destiny and the face of this country forever, and that's where we're after it. But believe me, I'll not be happy because the ambassador for don't wait. Let we break the news, but then he break the news and the Senate. But once we perhaps could continue this conversation on Sunday, actually. It's a much more bigger, platform. But I thank you so much indeed, Moses Mambu, National Publicity Secretary of the Sierra Leone People's Party. And this is where I would end today's edition of the program, Wake Up Sierra Leone. I hope I've woken you up this morning with all of what we've discussed. Many thanks indeed to our sponsor, Royal Commercial Bank, the producers of this program, and to everyone behind the TriCaster. My name is Victor Jones. Until we meet again, goodbye.